Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it. I didn't get a chance to get the haircut yet, so I figured today, being Monday, it's a good day for a hat. So here it is. It's a hat day. A lot going on, a lot to talk about. I'm going to start the week with trying to touch on all these a little bit. Starting with, as many of you know, over the weekend there was a shooting in the city where a Pittsfield police officer was involved in. Unfortunately, a 22-year-old man lost his life in this situation. I did make a post on it, and I was following the story as it happened. And as far as where we're at now, it's under investigation, and I put that in that post, and we'll leave it at that. I don't think now is the time for anyone to speculate or guess or anything. It's such a serious issue that we just need to wait. We just need to wait to hear what the investigation set, what they come out with and what kind of statement they make and where we're at. And that's that on that. So sincere condolences to the family of this young man, prayers to all involved, to the officers involved, to everyone involved. And hopefully somehow we can come out of this okay and understand more of what happened and how we can try to prevent these in the future. So, all right, so that's that. Another thing I want to talk about, a really important thing, because it's kind of tied into a lot of different topics I've been covering, and it's within our Pittsfield public schools. So many people know that the biggest, I think it might be the biggest part of the city budget. On its own, the biggest department that eats up that budget is the public school systems. And every year we hear during budget season that, why does the school keep wanting more money? We also have been continually hearing over the years, as we know, we've had a population decrease. Our enrollment in our public schools is down every year, with projected to continue that trend over the next 10 years. From data that I saw from an interview that our former superintendent, Jake McCandless, did. And that was prior to the pandemic, just prior to it. So we know that, and we've known this for a long time. But this year, the schools is asking for an unbelievable 7.5% increase. They're asking for this massive budget increase again. And here's the problem with that. You have so many employees in the public schools screaming unfair. I hear it all the time. I don't just pull this stuff out of thin air. I get my information. I talk to people. And I hear so much that there's so many administrative positions that are created. It's who you're friends with. It's who you know. And there's administrators that have administrators who have administrators, and it's like you have all that going on in these high-paid positions that seem to be chasing their tail. And then you have like our cafeteria workers and our school bus drivers and our janitors, some of them in the cafeteria department making below state minimum wage still trying to fight for a fair contract. You have the teachers that just got a contract that had to battle and battle and battle on that one, and knowing that we were losing teachers at an alarming rate, and they were trying to move up the rank from 8th as far as pay in the county, Berkshire County, from being ranked 8th. They were just trying to get up there to maybe like 4th or 5th, just to attract more teachers back into Pittsfield or keep teachers from leaving to all these other surrounding communities. We have so many problems that we've seen and heard and talked about in the schools with violence and concerns there. Wanting resource officers back in the schools. That's a huge one that we're supposed to hear something about that coming up soon. That's what we were told this spring. So I haven't forgot that. There's just a lot. And the school, the school committee elections are often overlooked. And that's where I think the community can get involved directly right away. That's where you need to be paying attention. So I think, really people need to start showing up to these school committee meetings. I'm going to start going and I'm going to see if I can get a group of you to tag along with me to some of them. But we need to start going to the school committee meetings and city council meetings. It's a shame those chambers aren't full. They're small chambers. They should be full. So that's a big one. And I'll be talking to some of our counselors about that. And I'm going to reach out to some of our school committee members also and try to figure out more with this massive increase. This is crazy. So anyway, that's it on that. Diversity and equity. That's something we've been hearing a ton about. And the city of Pittsfield recently brought in its first diversity and equity officer, which is a strange title to have to me. And he's also a North Adams city councilor, so he's also a politician. And when it was up at the city council, and Councilor Earl Persip, when there was a couple councilors that were saying, I'm not sure if we need this, Councilor Earl Persip spoke up and said, I can't believe we're even debating this. This is the most shocked I've ever been hearing something. Look, here's the thing with the diversity and equity officers. Just last week, the city of Worcester announced that they're suspending their program for a diversity and equity officer. They followed suit about 5 years ago and brought one in. Since then, over the past 5 years, they've had 4, so it's rotated through there. The office itself in the city has never really defined what that position is and what it does and how it is making improvements, and was there any data to show that? And they couldn't do that. It just became a political position. So the city of Worcester right now has temporarily suspended it till they figure out what to do there. We have an inclusion and diversity person in the schools. When we gave this massive pay raise to our human resources guy, Michael Taylor, we were told how important it was, and for someone like him, his type of skill, and we talked about diversity and equity and all that, and gave them a massive pay raise. I forget how big it was, 20%, 30%, I don't know, it was a huge pay raise, something worth me going back and getting the exact number. So I don't know the exact number on those percentages, but it was a big pay raise. And now we have this diversity and equity officer that's a good paying position, and I'm thinking, okay, so what do they do? How is that role defined? Are they overseeing how the mayor's office hires people, or it is confusing. So I'm going to try to get more information on that, and I'm going to reach out to our diversity and equity officer and see if I can get an interview and kind of dig into this a little bit more of what that position is and how, because of course everybody wants a diverse city government. Everybody wants a welcoming city that's inclusive to all. But nobody likes political jobs that are created for political reasons. And, when I saw that Worcester was having that problem with the same position, and I thought, here we create that position, and our first person to fill that position is a politician, a sitting city councilor in North Adams. So anyway, all right, so that's it on that. Coming up this week, Wayne Soares. Many of you know Wayne. Wayno is he works with the USO. He's an actor. He's a comedian. Huge advocate for veterans. Really cool guy. Does a ton of work in Berkshire County for our veterans. I have him coming on this week. We'll be talking about a cooking show he's doing with Soldier On in the Proprietor's Lodge. So I'm really excited to learn more about that. Charles Cronick, our Pittsfield Ward 2 City Councilor, is coming on. Karen Kalinowski, Pittsfield at-large Councilor. I don't think I don't think Will Smith really hit Chris Rock in the face like that. I just don't. In my younger years, I played a slap drinking game. I'm sure many of, well, at least my friends did. And an open hand slap, as hard as Will Smith swung like that, I don't know. It would have been much louder, and I can't see Chris Rock recovering that quickly without his eye twitching and watering and a big welt on his face. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that. But anyway, potholes, back on that. So I'll have another video coming up with that. I've got creative and some cool stuff coming up with that. Gas prices, I don't know. It's horrible. And oil's still holding high. So we're not seeing that coming down anytime soon. All right, well, that is it for now. So a ton coming up this week. Tim Shagru also will be coming on, candidate for DA. That's not this week. I think next week or the week after. Bobby Sullivan, Robert Sullivan, who's running for DA, he came on last week. He'll be coming back, and I'll be reaching out to our current DA, District Attorney Andrea Harrington, to see if she's interested. So all that and a ton more. So everyone stay safe, be good to each other, and I'll catch y'all in the next day or two.